President William Ruto's political woes are far from over despite him announcing 6 days of national dialogue starting Monday, the 15th of July. Immediately after the announcement by government and opposition politicians, Kenyans online under the now popular Gen Z movement wondered in which capacity the Azimio leader Raila Odinga or the president was speaking, maintaining that their earlier standoff being tribeless and leaderless. As Dalmas Sakali reports, these youthful Kenyans maintain that they are not interested in having dialogue and that all they want is for the issues raised to be addressed.
The speakers of both houses of parliament.
A few years ago, this would have been hailed as a show of statesmanship when political leaders across the divide appeared together in a function speaking one common familiar language, national dialogue.
We require now a wider engagement so that people have an opportunity to vomit all that is there in their chest in order that we can be able to find a way forward.
We have yet another opportunity as a country, Kenya being the resilient people we always are, to come together and figure out the future of our country in a manner that makes sure that we address the existential challenges and threats that face our nation.
Not anymore. No sooner had President William Ruto and Azimio Party leader Raila Odinga finished addressing Kenyans, highlighting a new round of talks to end the political stalemate orchestrated by protests led by the Gen Z movement, then social media was awash with anti-dialogue messages, largely from the youthful movement, expressing their displeasure at the current arrangement. Opposition leader Raila Odinga was turned into a punching bag as Kenyans questioned in what capacity will be taking part in the talks, as many distanced themselves from being represented by political quarters. Similar to how any individual acting against the demands of the Gen Z has been treated in the recent past, Odinga's private credentials, including his mobile phone numbers, were paraded on the platform. Under a hashtag, Kenya's Youth Reject Dialogue, Ruto must go, one by one, they expressed their dissatisfaction with the current regime, terming Odinga as a tool being used to calm them down. User Hanifa, under her account at Hanifa Safi, shared this strongly worded poster asking Odinga and the political class to stay off their lane, terming their movement as a new opposition. We will not dialogue with our oppressors. We want change, and we want it now, read part of the message. And among these displeased Kenyans, there was a popular name, Raila Odinga Jr., son to opposition chief Raila Odinga. His tweet was as simple as, "Everybody is an individual, please, even people with the same names." End of quote. The vexed youths have maintained that they will not tire to mount pressure against government and will remain leaderless and without any political representation. These as NAK Kenya Party leader Martha Karua and DAP-K leader Eugene Wamalwa also distanced themselves from the impending dialogue, with Wamalwa simply tweeting, and I quote, "I'm not boarding," end of quote. The anti-tax protests that broke out a few weeks ago have culminated into better governance agitation with youths, among other things calling for a total overhaul of the current government, a genuine war against corruption, and an audit of the public debt. And now, this development poses a more serious headache for the current regime. Sakali Dalmas, KTN News.
So what is this dialogue that the political leaders are talking about? Well, this is how it looks like.